Hello everyone. So today we'll be discussing about the topic or the data structure string builder, right? So we are discussing the data structure, different data structures itself, right? So this is one of the very important data structures actually, string buffer, basically, sorry, not the builder. So let's get into the definition part. Let's see what it states. So string buffer is a mutable sequence of characters, right? So string buffer is mutable. Previously we had discussed about the string builder as well. It is mutable. String builder is mutable as well. Only thing is string is immutable, right? Just remember this one. If you're a fresher and if you're giving the interviews, basically the difference between string builder and string buffer can be asked, right? String is mutable, string builder is immutable. String is immutable, string builder is mutable, as well as the string buffer is mutable as well. Let's get into the definition part. String buffer is a mutable sequence of characters in Java that allows modification of the strings, right? That allows modification of the strings without creating the new object. Yep. And is thread safe. When I say thread safe, this is multi-threaded. Yeah. Just remember this one. String builder is single threaded, whereas the string buffer is multi-threaded. Again, this is very important. This can be asked in the interview. Just remember this. String builder is single threaded, whereas string buffer is multi-threaded. Yep. And objects and is thread safe. So this one we have to remember. Next, let's move on with the next one. String buffer is used when string content needs to change frequently. String buffer is used when string content needs to change frequently. Unlike string, it does not create new objects on modification. Yep. Unlike string, it does not create new objects on modification. Yep. So this is one of the important points as well, right? It does not create new objects on modification. So because it is mutable, right? So it is synchronized, so it is safe to use in multi-threaded environments. Yep. As it is synchronized, it is safe to use in multi-threaded environments. That is the reason I said this string buffer itself is not multi-threaded. So as it is synchronized, it is safe to use in multi-threaded environments, right? So the string builder, it is safe to use in the single threaded environments. Just remember this one. Yep. So this is fine. Next, let's try to understand the same thing with a very simple example, man. Yeah, let's try to understand the same thing with a very simple example. Yeah. So just give me a second here. Yep. So within the main method, let's do one thing. First, let's create the string buffer object with initial value hello. So the simple one, I'll just go with a string buffer. Let me go with a variable name SB. So new, let me go with the string buffer again. So this is the syntax, and let me pass the string hello here, right? So this is fine. Simple, easy. So I'll just run this one, man. This is from the previous example. I think let it be like this itself. I don't concentrate on this for now, not the output part. Let's concentrate on the coding part actually. Yeah. The next one, let's append the text at the end of the existing content. I'll just go with this one, SB dot append here. So yeah, let's append something. I'll just go with a world man. Simple example. Yep. So this is fine. Next, the next one, the next step, basically, let's insert the text at the index 5. Yeah. To insert the text at the index 5, we will be going with the operation insert. See here, I'll just go with the SB dot text here. Sorry, not text, basically insert. So I'll just pass 5 because we are inserting the text at index 5. So we have to pass 5 here. And now let me pass the comma so that this looks good. That is the reason I'm passing comma here. So this is fine. This is separated actually by the. So this is fine. Now let's replace the characters from index 6 to index 11 with a Java. So for that, I'll be making use of the operation replace, right? So this is fine. So we are replacing the characters from index 6 to index 11. So I have to mention 6 here and I'll mention 11 as well. So I'll just go with some string named Java here, right? So this is fine. Simple one. Next, suppose if we want to delete the characters from, suppose let's consider the index 10 to index 14. Yeah, I'll just go with a variable SB here. Let me make use of the operation delete. Simple one. Let me pass the numbers 10 and 14 respectively. The final one here would be we have to print the final result. Nothing but we have to. I'll just go with this one, system out println. So let me pass the variable name sp here. Simple. So see, first what we are doing here, this one. So let me run this one and explain what happened here. Mm, class interface annotation type. 1 second. So yeah, here I have done the mistake actually. This C has to be small actually, not the big one. Let me run this one again. So yeah, now we are getting the output hello Java. See what is happening. I'll just explain you. See, first initial value what we are doing here. See, we are we are considering the hello initially, right? So here we have got hello, right? Then what we are doing, we have appended this one world actually. So we have appended space, one space. See here, you can look at the space actually after double inverted comma. There is a space and then world. See, we have got hello and world. Suppose consider, don't look at the output. So now we have hello and world within the strings. Just remember this one. Now we have the hello world, right? So after hello world, we are inserting the comma of the fifth index actually. 0, 1, 2. Indexing starts from the 0. Always remember this one. This is very important. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we are going with a comma, right? So then what we are doing, actually, we are replacing the characters from index 6 to 11. So this space is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So from space this one to the world. So this one entirely, what we are replacing, we are replacing the world by uh, Java actually. Java. See here, this Java actually. Yeah. Now we have hello comma Java within the strings. Then what we are doing actually, we are deleting the characters from index 10 to 14. So we had world actually at that place. We have just replaced. We had world actually. So we have successfully deleted 10 to 14, meaning we have successfully deleted the world. This one actually. This one, right? So we are left with only hello comma Java, right? So finally we are printing the final this one string, right? So I have passed sb here, the variable name, string builder variable sb, right? So we have to get the output hello comma Java, right? So that's what we have got here. So we have got the successful output. This is how we got the final output basically. Yep. I hope this part is completely clear, man. Easy, very easy to understand. Yep. So this is it for the this one, string builder. String buffer. Right. So again, I'm stressing on it. In interviews, usually they can ask the difference. If you're a fresher, they can ask the difference between the string builder, and string buffer. This is one of the famous questions. It might be asked in the interviews, right? Again, string this one, immutable. String buffer and string this one, what do we call, string builder and string buffer, they both are mutable actually. Usually use the string when the data does not change. Use the string builder, right? It is fast and single threaded, right? So we have to make use of this one, string buffer, uh, when we want to keep it entirely safe, and it is synchronized and it is multi-threaded. When I say synchronized, it is multi-threaded. Just remember these differences actually. It might be asked in the interviews. Yep. So this is fine. So this is it about the string builder, right? So let's come to the real world applications here. So where is string buffer used mainly? So it is used in building log messages and multi-threaded applications. Yeah, string buffer is used in building log messages in multi-threaded applications, and also for generating the dynamic SQL queries safely, and also for processing large text files efficiently, and also it is used for the server side string manipulation where thread safety is required, as it is wherever the thread safety is required, we will be making use of this. Usually it is multi-threaded, right? So string buffer, I'm speaking of the string buffer basically. Yeah, it is used in the server side string manipulation where thread safety is required, right? So this is it. These are some of the real world applications, man. Now let's move on with the main thing, nothing but the time complexity and the space complexity. So what would be the time complexity here? The time complexity would lead to big of n, because most operations. So here in our case, we have made use of the append, insert, replace, as well as the delete. Whether it may be append, insert, delete, may require shifting characters, right? May require shifting characters. So overall time complexity would lead to big of n, right? So overall time complexity would lead to big of n. So what would be the space complexity here? The space complexity would lead to big of n as well, because we will be making use of a resizable internal character array just to store the content. So overall space complexity would lead to big of n. The time complexity and the space complexity would lead to big of n, right? Just remember this one. Yep. Again, I'm telling, just make use of the string when data does not change. Make use of the string builder for the fast as well as the single threaded, right? Make use of the string buffer for safety as well as the multi-threaded, right? So as well as it is multi-threaded. Yep. So this is it for the string builder, right? So this is it for the string builder. Next, we'll be discussing on the this one, on the topic, or on the data structure, on the topic basically linked list, right? So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.